I can still upgrade my monkeys.
We
Yeah, I
have
just
0
gave Ryan
HP.
all my money.
Yeah, we're not dead.
Oh, and me and Andrews apparently we are.
Oh, it's come! Oh, it's coming! Oh, it's here! Oh no!
Hello there, Frogman, better known as Ryan. And are you like me and searching for something to believe in? Might I interest you in my brand new platform where we rise against all balloons? It's simple. All you need to do is live out your normal everyday life, and every time you see a balloon, you just commit your favorite war crime against it. Since they're just simple balloons, you don't have to worry about a silly thing like ethics or maturity ratings. You can just take them out however you want. But between you and me, this is just an excuse to put something like politically aware on my bio. I'm just gonna open up the platform and let it ride under the wave of the internet. Nobody's gonna care about this. Why the f do people hate balloons so much? It's been only open for 10 minutes, and I already have more supporters than the f***ing Pope!
Bloons Tower Defense 6 is a game about monkeys killing balloons. The Tower Defense series started a long time ago in the Flash era of games, each installment playable on various Flash websites everywhere. But even further back, there was a Bloons game where you were just a monkey exacting out God's plan. Every single one of them have this very fun and therapeutic soundscape to them, as the poppings of the balloons can quite honestly lull me to sleep sometimes. But with the death of Flash and that need for this new thing called money, the 5th and 6th installments were put out on Steam for a rather small price. I've personally never seen Tower Defense 6 rise above $20, and you honestly get a really solid game out of it. Bloons Tower Defense 6, or BTD 6 if you really have no time to waste, has you control different types of monkeys to enact rubber vengeance against. I say control, but the most you can do to control the monkeys, or towers as they're called, is place them down and set their target priority as they auto-aim and strike any balloon that comes into their radius. Balloons have a set path, and when they reach the end of the track, you will lose lives equal to their strength. Balloons come in many varieties, growing in size and strength, until you get to the special balloons with unique properties. White is immune to ice, black is immune to explosives, lead is immune to sharp objects, but are susceptible to explosions, purple is immune to energy blasts and fire, ceramics take a lot of hit and break into rainbow balloons that move very fast, and there are camo and regeneration versions of each of them. Then there are the big boys like the Moab, which takes loads of hits and breaks into 4 ceramics, the larger BFB, which contains 4 Moabs, and the even larger ZOMG, containing 4 BFBs, and the super fast DDT, which has lead and camo properties. And then finally the supermassive BAD, that contains 2 ZOMGs and 2 DDTs each, with the armored versions of each. Hope you paid attention, that will be on the test later. To combat these rising numbers of threats, you have a wide range of monkeys with different strengths, weaknesses, and abilities for you to utilize, but you won't get to use them. At least you won't at the start. To unlock towers, you need to level up, but even when you get the towers, you shouldn't expect the grind to end, because then you have to use those towers to gain experience and unlock their later abilities. I'm kind of two minds about this. On one hand, it encourages the player to try out different towers to see their abilities, and working to gain them is rather rewarding, but on the other hand, the tier 4 and 5 upgrades take so much experience to unlock, especially with expensive troops like the Super Monkey, which is already hard enough to use by itself. I ended up cheesing the experience grind by sending one tower through deflation mode and gaining experience on repeated run-throughs, and when it was all done, all I could think to myself was, did they really expect me to naturally get this? I really don't see why there's such a steep experience grind when the DNA of this game caters to a casual audience.
At least based on how I play.
I'm most at peace with this game when I just load up a simple game with friends, we play until it's completed, and then we just see how far we can go in free play. It's not something I like putting too much brain power into, and we can all just watch the monkeys and talk about life.
What are they gonna do, fire you?
Right. Well, I'm going to take my cool video processing and kill you!
Oh no. A tentative video review that'll be 2 weeks later.
Alright. Motherfucker.
That was uncalled for, but a lot of fun to watch.
However, that's not to say this game is completely brain dead. Despite being such a happy-go-lucky game, it's still a game with strategy and extremely deep mechanics, meaning that there's a crowd somewhere that will ridicule you for playing a wizard on run 10. You can definitely go for a playstyle that is optimal and beat all the maps in their various modes and feel big brain about it, but that's just not what I enjoy about the game. That being said, there's no shortage of things you can accomplish in the game, as there are loads of maps and game modes to play. You've got the normal games with escalating difficulty between them, different games where you're locked to a certain tower type, and the hard modes that pit your skill against the hardest challenges the game has. It's pretty fun to complete them, but I find them to be a bit more of a chore than anything else. I mean, some of the game modes in the later challenges just aren't fun to me, like the half cash one that cuts your earnings in half throughout the whole game. And as someone who went through college, I'd rather not relive what it feels like to have no money as a form of entertainment.
With all that in mind, the gameplay is solid, there's so much to accomplish, the towers are super varied and fun to use, and most of the time it's dirt cheap. I mean, you would think that there'd be some kind of corporate scumbaggery afoot.
If there's one thing that I don't enjoy about this game is that it falls prey to the whole mobile gaming premium currency nonsense that gates off content in the hopes that you buy more premium currency to get that content. It wouldn't be worth mentioning, but in this case, most of the heroes in this game are usually blocked off by rather steep paywalls. Along with the normal towers, heroes are special towers that each player gets only one of. You place it and they start leveling up to increase their strength and gain abilities to help the cause. They're really cool and flesh out even more strategy and depth to the game, but you only get like 4 of them for free, and the rest you need to shell over premium currency to unlock. This means that there are entire strategies that are completely dead in the water without spending a load of time grinding the money for it or paying to get it. But I want to make it clear that this is a light complaint, as the game usually gives you loads of premium currency just for completing levels. Even though it's not as egregious as it could be, it doesn't mean I like it completely.
Yeah. You know, thanks for not stabbing me with a rusty knife. I don't want to get another tetanus shot.
There's a lot of fun to be had in this game, and for as cheap as it is, it's fairly accessible to all, making it a really easy game to pick up every now and then and have a relaxing time. But it's worth keeping in mind that as games go on, the round time can get real long, real sneaky fast, meaning that you can spend 2 minutes getting from round 1 to 10, but 20 minutes in a single round when you reach the triple digits. So be prepared for it to take a long time with some serious tolls on your computer hardware. Oh God. Oh, Hellhingeldirk, stop. Jesus Christ. That's too much.
Here, I'll help. Barbalbo.
Any particles. Ah!
Can't even see if there's any room left.
Yeah.
What's seeing?
Overall, Bloons Tower Defense 6 is a nice and relaxing time with friends if you don't want to use your thinking parts too much. You can also alternatively play in a more puzzle-focused way that puts your mind a little bit more to the test in terms of the challenges that this game provides. I love the different towers and heroes, and playing with each one of them is fun enough on its own. The experience, while is a little puzzling for a casual player, and the microtransactions is an element that I personally don't like, but they're such small things when compared to the whole picture of the experience. It's a cheap and it's a very fun game that you can spend hours in, and it's quite perfect for a modern gaming climate such as this. And what better way to show off your computer specs than some hardcore calculations done by killing balloons. Speaking of which, in about a couple minutes, I've got to go and speak about my platform. Don't worry though, I've got a foolproof angle for this.
Mr. Frogman, you stand before us with the anti-balloon angle. What would you say about our current economy?
F these things, am I right?